Alright, same thing, different week. Another week of things that have sold. This was once again another great week. Pretty much up till today or earlier. It's perfect the amount of tabs I have open. If I open a single more, if I open one more tab, it'll be too much. So, granted, it's not all sales as per usual. The last like 4 or 5 or some inventory kind of things. So, but to start off, we're starting off with Smokey the Bear here. You know, protect our forests. This sold on offer 809. Next is a Prince George County Fire, 799 on that one. The Prince George County Fire, must be a little harder to find. And this came out of the lot of 70. That smells to them, and also I noticed the county is spelled right on the fire one. The police ones, I know the county, instead of a U, it's a V for some reason. I don't know why they do that, but it is something I have noticed. Next is a Santa Ana, California Fire. This sold on offer as well, $449. This was a relist after the other one that I had sold. There was a different one that I sold first, and then once that sold, I listed that one. Next is New York State Fire School. $359 on this one on offer as well. Next is a Lancaster County, Pennsylvania hazmat environmental fire rescue company. $7.99 on that one. I have gotten this before, and I have sold it previously, but that was quite a while ago. This came out of the PA lot. And this sold much faster than the other one did. That's for sure. Next is San Francisco, California Sheriff's Department. The subdued style for $8.99 on that one. And sold this. One of the very few things I've done promoted listings on, I did on this. And as you can see, not bad. Sold within a month. Next is Jacksonville in Florida, Office of Sheriff. $4.99 on this one, little kind of small hat size patch. And I did get another one in one of the lots I got in this week, so there's another one listed again. Moyers Corners, which is in the town of Clay, which is in Onondaga County, which is Syracuse. $6.99 on that one. I'm pretty sure I have one for myself already, and I decided to sell this one off. These next three things all sold together to the same buyer. This Baltimore police homicide in this city of Palm Coast, Florida. These two both sold on offer. The homicide, or it might have been 10% off on both. I'm not entirely sure. I don't remember. And then this Weston Fire sold. All three sold together to the same buyer. The homicide, this Baltimore homicide, this came in that lot of 5 homicide patches that I picked up. I already had Baltimore, so I just sold it off just to get rid of it. And didn't make any money on it, just didn't need it, so sold it to get rid of it. Next, Anderson, South Carolina Fire Department, $6.99 on that one. Out of a lot of 200. Next, these two sold. These two sold to the same buyer, but not at the same time. It was two separate orders. But this Liberty Police in New York, $9.99 on that one, and this Hornell Police in New York as well, $8.99 on that one. Next was the last Cobra Center for Domestic Preparedness in Alabama that I had. As you can see, I had 3 of them. Finally sold the last one. And there was actually a 4th one that also had the little Cobra pin with it as well. Sold that quite a while back. That one actually didn't take too long to sell. Next is Camden, New Jersey Fire Department. $4.99 on that one. This was also out of the lot of 70. Next, New York State University Public Safety. $6.99 on that one. This Holston Army Ammunition Plant in Kingsport, Tennessee. $6.99 on that. As you can see, I have 2 of them. Not entirely sure where the other one is. or it's marked in the custom SKU where it is. The one I've had a while, the first one, and then the second one that I ended up getting sometime later in a different lot. So, next, West Hampton Beach Police, New York as well, $8.99 on that one. A couple of these New York ones are out of the expensive little lots of 4 that I picked up on the of police stuff that had like one thing in there that I wanted for myself, and then picked up the others. The rest of them just and that's why they're listed fairly high, because those cost about $5 a piece, which is very overpriced. Actually, it was almost $6 a piece. Catoosa County, Georgia Fire Department, $6.99 on that one. I have noticed there's a good mix of fire and police in here, which is good because the fire stuff is actually old things. I haven't listed hardly any fire department stuff recently. It's been all police, because fire department, big lots of it, they're just not coming up. Next we got Aspen Volunteer Fire Department, Colorado, $3.99 on that one. South Portland Police, or South Portland, Maine Police, $4.99 on that one. And I had this marked as new, and it's definitely not. And definitely had this quite a long time, as you can see, October of last year. So actually pretty soon coming on 1 year for some of these. Next, Florida Division of Capitol Police, Department of General Services. As you can see, I have two of this specific one, $6.99 on this one, and there was two, I want to say 2 or 3 different variations of it, and that was one of them. Next, we got Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania Police. You're gonna see a lot of these. There's, I'd say, 3 or 4 of them. I'm surprised that all sold within a week. It was very odd. The last lot of police patches that I got had a couple different versions of Pittsburgh. Pretty much almost all their versions, I think, that they've had, other than ones that have the Steelers on them. So you'll see that a couple of different times. So this one for $5.99. Next is Salt Lake City, Utah, $4.99 on that. Police. University of Connecticut Fire Rescue Fire Department, $9.99 on that one. So that was a good one. Columbus, Ohio Police is sold on offer, $5.39. Next is Boston, Massachusetts Housing Police, $6.99 on that one. They're Boston Police's housing division. I know Buffalo Police also has a housing division that's kind of meant to be specific for the city-owned housing projects. It's kind of what their specific focus is meant to be. But they do other police duties as well. They're not, like, only, their jurisdiction's not only the housing projects, it is still part of the whole district. Next we have this, as you can see, as many acronyms as we can shove into one patch. It was a New York Drug Enforcement Task Force patch. As you can see, I had 2 of them, $6.99 each. These both sold to the same buyer. I first received a message asking what the size was on it, and these are about 4-inch patches, which is standard, is about 3.5, 4 inches. A standard from the tip of, the light all the way over to this lightning bolt, or whatever you would like to call that, 4 inches. And then shortly after sending that message, I hear the cha-ching. Both of them sold to that buyer, so that was good. Next is a Florida EMT orange. The orange one, as you can see, I have 3 of them. $9.99 on that. I've had a ton of these, and most of the time they are. I've just done different listings for them. But this, in specific, the lot that this came out of, there was 3 of them, so they're not a fast mover at all. Here we go, another Pittsburgh Police, $4.99 on this one. I don't really remember any specifics of why I priced this one lower. It doesn't really matter. Next, Johnson City, Tennessee, Department of Public Safety, Department of Public Safety. I just put police in there kind of as keyword search thing, and I listed it in the category of police patches. Actually, I think that's why I put that there, so I can get that category, not have to actually look for it. This sold instantly, so that was good. Next is a white Nintendo Wii Nunchuck, brand new in the box. Although the box did have some damage on the back, some cracking on it, but it should still be fine. This got sent out this morning, sold for $13.99. Took about a month to sell. There's definitely not a huge demand for the brand new Wii Nunchuck. I got this out of the trash. This was part of that massive dumpster haul. So this was all profit after shipping, free shipping on it. Shipping was about $6, minus like $2 in fees. So I still made a little bit of money on that. And there's still other stuff too, actually, to make out of that. There's still money to be made. I haven't listed either of those receivers. Those still have not been listed. And I think that might be it out of that haul in specific of what I'm going to sell that I haven't listed yet. Is the two receivers. One is kind of worthless. The other one's worth probably about $150, maybe. Might have to go kind of lower on it because it is missing a knob, and it does turn on, but that's kind of about it. And it needs a little bit of work. Next, Pennsylvania State Police patch. This one's kind of just a generic one, riddled with hair. I see. $5.99 in that one. I do have a ton of those Pennsylvania State Trooper, the actual State Trooper patch. Those have I've planned on doing them like one at a time there, and the other one hasn't sold yet. So those are going to be sitting around forever probably. Next, Marion County, Oregon Sheriff, $4.99 on that one. Next, two auctions that I did. There was a little bit of the expensive New York ones that I put to auction, hoping that they would go somewhere. Only two sold at auction. This Cooperstown hat-sized one sold for $7.99 and went to Cooperstown, actually. And then this other one that sold was this Hamilton County Sheriff's for $17.50. This, as you can see, got a little bit of action. Also started at $7.99. And this was going over to Brockport, which is in Monroe County, so not too far from here. And this, at first, didn't even have a bid on it until I want to say like the last 24 hours about is when I had a bid on it, and I kind of forgot about these. So I just happened to look at orders and seen that it sold for $17.50, so works for me. That's definitely good. Next, we got a Baltimore police, $5.99 on that one. I do have two other ones from that other lot that I got in this week listed, or to be listed, I think. I don't think I've actually listed them yet. Next is this little FDNY hat size patch, $4.99 in this one. Or no, not this sold on offer $4.49, I think it is, because 10% off of $4.99. And this actually is going to the UK. I received a message asking from a guy who's bought from me one other time. And he's in Spain. He asked me what it would cost to ship it to Spain. I told him $2. I went into the listing, changed it to allow international shipping, and put it for the $2. And then I seen that this was an offer, sound on an offer, figuring it was him. No, it was someone else. And it went to the UK, so I sent that out this morning. So that works for me. Next we got a Houston, Texas police, $5.99 in this one. And there's actually two in that lot, and then actually the other one sold as I was waiting to make this video, but I don't have the tab open for that as I don't have the space for it. But I did sell both of them, and I also did the wait for this one to sell before I listed the other one, and these both sold within. This one sold like a day or two, and then the other one sold just now. So again, like a day or two. Next is another Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania police patch. Like I said, lots of Pittsburgh ones. This one I believe sold out on offer for $5.39. Oh, here's a good one. Oh no, two more things. So out of that lot that I just got in this week, like I said, 3 other times, there was a stack of NYPD patches in there. There was 5 altogether, listed for $6.99, and I actually sold 4 of them to the same buyer. And then there's a story to go behind this, or there's a story with this one as well. I received a message, what was it, last night, asking the dimensions of the patch. I told him it's like a 3.5 inch by 4. And that was last night. And then today, about 1-ish, I, hear the cha-ching, look at my phone, and then I see instantly a cancellation request. So I'm like, so then I actually went on the computer and looked and kind of seen what was going on. There was one of the other NYPD ones that I have, the used one, that had sold. The buyer wanted to cancel that order, and then he bought, I think it was 4 of these ones as well, or it may have been all 5 of them. I'm pretty sure it said 4. See, the numbers started getting mixed up. That had sold, and the buyer wanted to cancel that order. Cancel that order too. And then I kind of received, looking at the messages and kind of trying to sort out what I was looking at. And then I see that the 4 had sold, because I looked at the message and the buyer, a different buyer, mind you, wanted 4 of them. So I checked with them, cancel the other 2 orders, and that you wanted these 4 in specific. So I got that sorted out. These are all sold. So I sold 4 of them in one shot. Now back to the other buyer. The other buyer, or the other one who had messaged me, asked me another question. I don't even remember what it was. Asked me another question. If that was the standard size, I think, standard size, I think, for NYPD for their actual uniforms. I told him I don't know. I'd assume so. That it is. I don't quite know if they are or not. But then I told him I have to check. That I have to check to make sure I even have one to sell you, because I wanted to make sure that the inventory was right again. And I relisted that other used one, and then I had 1 left out of these 5 that I had. So then I see a different message that he wanted 6 of them. I don't have 6 to sell. Them. And I did message him a couple hours ago that I do have 1 left, and I haven't heard back from him at all. So I don't know if that. So I think that sale has kind of gone nowhere. Now, if he would have, instead of asking 20 questions last night and just bought them, he could have bought all 5 of them, and then he could have bought the other used one and had all 6 that he wanted. But since he decided to play 50 questions, he gets either he's going to get the 1 or he's going to get nothing from me. To me, makes no difference to me, really. NYPD patch is super easy to sell. So, I guess we'll see what ends up happening there. And I did dig the one I have out of my personal collection that I would throw in to give him 2. But I haven't, like I said, that was a couple hours ago. I haven't heard back from him, so I don't know. So it looks like we might have hit a dead end. So we'll have to see how that goes. But here's the final sale. Is the City of Scottsdale Fire Department. Sold for $6.99. Now, I'll show you this. Here's a possible solution to my problem of not having any more NYPD patches. Here's a lot of 20 of them for $30 plus $8 shipping. So it'll be about $2 a piece after tax. And as you can see, it's the standard, about 4 inches, 3.5 inches ish. The standard size shoulder patch. So, but obviously the problem with that is this doesn't end till Saturday. Yeah, Saturday night. They won't get sent out till Monday, Tuesday, and it'll still take 3-4 days probably to get here. It says East Coast, which is not helpful. So to fulfill his order, when A is not a guarantee, and B would take 2 weeks to do. I am still thinking actually about picking this up, because these will be an okay price, and these are pretty easy to move. And then in case there is, or in case he can wait, so in case he can wait, he'll just pick them up again. He'll just pick them up in 2 weeks. So we'll kind of see. I'll definitely be watching this deal. And then actually, this guy's got a lot of other lots listed. So I'm gonna look at some of his other stuff that he's got listed as well. Next is this little lot of fire and police patches. $25 plus shipping. Nothing really special, I don't think, in here. Maybe this calico, or this one right here in the middle. That one might be something good, because I know their police one is worth, at least there was one that sold not that long ago that was worth some bucks. And then this counting down, this Fredonia. I want the Fredonia one for myself. Sell these other ones off. I've sold this Buchanan one before. That was a long time ago. And just sell those off. Nothing really on that one. Here's a local one. Little lot of fire department patches. Nothing really good on this. There's too many. There's like 3 or 4 of them in here that are $3.99 specials. So they're worthless. The Salem one. This other Salem one, this Washington, D.C. one, and this Massachusetts Port Authority, I'm assuming, is not very good either. So, I'm kind of going to watch this one, maybe run the numbers again. I'll probably end up passing on this. And then next, here's a huge lot of patches that have come up. As you can see, huge lot, almost 11 pounds of patches it is. $40 shipping, which is absolutely nonsensical, but as you can see, lots of, there's police in here. There might be a little bit of fire stuff mixed in here, security, and just other patches. Some of it's probably just kind of junk, at least for me, but it says like military, Boy Scouts, or all sorts of stuff in here, so I'm definitely going to be seeing how this pans out. Because this obviously is a ton of inventory. Granted, a good portion of this probably would just be lotted up just to get it out of the door and get some of my money back pretty quickly. But I don't think I will end up winning this. I think this is going to go for some big bucks. And then again, that also, once again, doesn't solve the problem, really, of wanting more fire patches, because there's not that much in here. It's mostly police stuff. And then, like I said, the other guy has some nice lots that I'll have to take a closer look at, and might end up doing good on, because they're not in the right category. They're not under like the mixed lot category. They're kind of just listed under patches, as like a general category. So I might not run into any competition there. I have to look over those lots a little more to see if those are going to be anything worthwhile putting my bid in on. So other than that, that is it for this week. Hopefully I can figure out a solution to the guy wanting some more NYPD patches, although I think that deal kind of has just killed itself. Now that he'll probably never say anything again unless I do end up getting this in. So that is going to be it for this week. We will see you guys next week.